All right, almost ready. That slam echo was amazing. Okay, let's break up our rice, because we need that to be able to do a lot. Now, the enemy of any endeavor you are doing when it comes to making fried rice is moisture. But we are going to be using these meats to make the fried rice. So, before we do anything, let's go ahead and get this ready to go. We want... Where's the garlic? I don't feel like working hard today. So we're going to get some garlic in here. It's not fantastic, but it'll do its job. I also need a couple of onions. Let's go with these. Yeah, these will do. All right. There's that. And that. Three kinds of onions. So those. And we'll have some eggs in here too. Alright. What else do I need in here? Chili. Let's get some butter. Alright. This should be ready to take comers. That's what I need as well. Where's my gochujang? Where did I put my gochujang? There it is. Gochujang! Little shirt says, apparently I'm just impatient. What do you mean? How are you impatient? What's going on? Okay. So, this is nice and hot. We're going to go ahead and get our meat in there. You're going to get some sausage going. There we are. And now we're going to get that beef in there. I was questioning your lack of eggs, then you brought out the eggs. Gotcha. This meat now needs garlic, though maybe not with that spoon. Let's go ahead and get 1, 2, 3 things of garlic in there. And let's move this stuff over to get washed. Said, fuck yeah, I love garlic. All right, next thing is we need this meat to have lots of flavor. So we're going to go in with cayenne. We are going to go in with garlic. We are going to hit it with a fairly generous amount of MSG. And now I want some ginger. We'll use that again later. Now I want some sesame oil. But I gotta figure out where the hell my sesame oil is. I don't know where I put it. That's poison. That's not what I'm looking for. Am I doing this without sesame oil? Is that what's going on? I hope not. Kind of prefer doing this with all the ingredients I like, if I can help it. Well, no sesame oil. Sadness on the stack. That's fine. I'll manage. Let's go ahead and start breaking this up then. Okay. All right. Let me continue my hunt. But if I can't find sesame oil, I'm just going to have to make up for it. Here's a 5-spice Asian blend. We're going to get a tiny dash of that in there, not much more. And where the fuck did I put? Aha! Here it is, pure sesame oil. I had a new container of it ready to go. Thank you, past me. Past me is a friend. Sesame oil. Some of that will drain out of the meat, and that's fine. All right. Ground ginger, the oil. Okay. Now we need gochujang. This is also a fresh thing of gochujang. We are struggling. There we are. There we are. That'll be a nice amount of gochujang. All right. Perfect. Bree says, now I want to know what you're making. I'm making fried rice. Beef fried rice. So fried rice is one of my favorite comfort foods of all time. That, chicken tenders. So this is beef and sausage. Fried rice. One of Saki's favorite comfort foods is beef. It says MSG. Yeah, the MSG is already in. I've already added it. Okay. That is all cooking. While that cooks, let's begin the next process, which is getting our veggies ready to go. One red onion. So beef fried the rice? Yes. cut in half. Peel off the outer layer. There we go. And then let's get the next one off. Peel the top layer. Good to go. Let's get a bowl, because we'll have to have a place to put all of these ingredients when we're done. Neat. Go ahead and get our onions nice and diced. There we are. Let's get those onions moved over. And now let's get the yellow onion. Cut that top off. Cut that in half. One onion peeled. Peel the other onion. There we go. Come back. There we are. Will says, so do you own a knife? This is a knife. There we go. All right, now let's get the green onions prepped after we stir our beef and sausage. Now that it's cooked a little bit, we're going to add after the scissors, I just assumed. What do you mean after the scissors you assumed? This is a knife. Anyway, we're going to get this dark soy glaze. And get that in there. And then we are going to get this light soy sauce. Put that in there. And then we are going to get this. I see you've played knifey spoony before. Here we are. Beef and sausage, does that make it C for bossage? Yes. Okay, now let's go ahead and get some of this poured into our meat. There we are. Out of curiosity, guys, do you think Social Headache watches this content because he's a secret fan, or do you think he, like, hates everything so much that he just, the only thing he can do is get off to watching content that he dislikes now? The latter, it's like a hate-gasm. Gotcha. Look at the juiciness of that meat. Ground meats, they juice up so good. Anyway. Says Cirrus needs a bigger skillet. Why do you say that? Do you not think the skillet that I am using is large enough? Is there something about my skillet that seems inadequate? I need to wash these guys off real quick. All right. Crazy if I cooking hamburger sausage save. Slapped in the hot dog butt. Jesus Christ. Okay. Here's the green onions. We're going to cut the whites. There we are. And I know that there is somebody who is upset that I'm using scissors to cut green onions. That's fine. Whomever you may be, wherever you are, just understand, I am laughing at you. All right, that's doing its thing. I think a little bit of that can go. Nah, I want that to brown a little longer. All right, get this stirred just a little bit more. Nice stirry beef. Fennec mentioned that I needed a bigger skillet, and I still haven't really gotten context for why. But I still kind of want to know. Isn't that a 14 or a 16 inch? I believe it's 14. Like, if you want a larger one, I do have a larger one. All right, stir this around a little bit. So the problem is my burner is not that large. This skillet is the exact size of my burner. When I use a larger skillet, I can't use it for a lot of things because the larger skillet runs into a huge issue. Because it's larger than the size of my burner, the edges get kind of colder. Jet says she wants to know why you're not using a wok. Because I don't want to. But I have one right here. But I don't give a shit. I have cooked my fried rice in a wok. I have cooked it in a skillet. The skillet, the cast iron skillet, retains heat better. And you need a skillet to be stupid hot for fried rice. Do you have a paella? No, I do not. All right, let's give this beef a try. This beef sausage mix. Let's see where it's at. Drain that a little bit. Let's see how we're doing. I think another minute. Just another minute. All right. Will says, need salt. This has soy sauce, MSG, and soy glaze in it already. It's been salted. But I think enough of the moisture is reintegrated into the meat. It is now time to separate the meat from the oil. Oil. Need salt, need salt. Shut up. Cease y'all's tomfoolery. This is quite warm. So let's go ahead and get these here. Meat, stop bouncing. Go ahead and separate that beef away. Okay. Now that that has been separated, let's go ahead and move this over here. All right. And now we're going to take this oil and put about that much back in the pan. And now it's time for these onions to go in. There we go. All right, let's get those onions stirred around. And let's go ahead and get about that much maybe a little more of our chili oil in there. Let's get the ginger in there again. A little bit. A little bit of the sesame oil. Don't need a lot because we had some from before. And now let's get a tiny bit of this black vinegar in there. Just like that. Tiny bit of MSG. Tiny bit of cayenne. All right. Now let's let those onions cook down a little bit. Now the next thing we need ready to go is broccoli. And we can go ahead and put these carrots in here. That is the last of that bag of carrots. So that $1 bag of shredded carrots has been stretched between 4 meals. We're good now. All right. Broccoli time. Let's go ahead and get rid of that stalk there. We don't need that. Okay. Broccoli. We want to cut these guys in half. So these are going to be what gets added in last. You probably pre-chop frozen broccoli so I don't get broccoli slime in the vegetables. That stem needs to go. That stem needs to go. Stem's gotta go. I feel like this one gets split a couple of ways. There we go. And here we are. All right. That's a bit more broccoli than I thought I was going to use. Let's lower it down to about that much broccoli. I can use the rest of that in another recipe. And while that cooks, let's add more garlic. What if we just added even more garlic? We don't want to cover this because we want that moisture to leave. So there will be no vampires. There will also be maximum flavor. All right. Go ahead and clean that area up a little bit. This garlic needs to go into a bag. There's garlic for now and there's garlic for later. This, not garlic, broccoli. This is broccoli for later. Okay. So if you can see bubbling here, that means you still have moisture. We do not need moisture in our rice. The rice is hyper-absorbent. It will do everything in its power to reintegrate that moisture, and that is the enemy of what we are trying to accomplish here. The Reddit gaycation story is unescapable. What's the Reddit gaycation story? I'm unfamiliar with that. Oh, this is extra broccoli. I don't need that right now. My 42, me, a 42 female, my husband, 42 male, has informed me he intends to go on a gaycation with his BIL, a 35 male, in Ibiza. How do I handle this? What? There's a lot there. Hi there. Really wish I didn't have to make this post, but here goes. So me and my husband have been happily married for 16 years, give or take. We both have stable careers, good family life, and are fairly fortunate, despite the cost of living racking the UK right now. We have 2 boys, 15 and 10, and up until this Sunday, thought we had it pretty good. We argue sometimes, of course, but it's never gotten too bad. We have a pretty decent sex life with some exploration, but I won't get into that. Long and short, Sunday after I dropped our boys off after lunch, my husband asked me if we had the house alone, and more importantly, do I have a minute? I said yes. He sat me down and got out a printed poster for some sort of orgy and started explaining the concept of a gaycation. How it's where straight men go to somewhere with sun, sand, and booze and become gay for the duration of the trip. But that's fine because it doesn't actually count because what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation. I was completely silent and mortified, even more so when he said he was looking into booking a trip to Ibiza next year with his BIL, his sister's husband, to experience it for himself. When he finally let me speak, I just said I needed him to be clear with me, is he gay? Because if yes, that's okay, but we need to figure out what happens going forward. I didn't let myself get angry or upset, I was just stunned. He swore up and down he's not gay, and he's 100% attracted to women. And of course, still loves me and our boys. So I said, well, do you think you're bi? And he got very defensive, saying how I need to drop the accusations, and that this is the beauty of the gaycation. It allows straight men to experience gayness without actually being gay. So let me get this straight. You get to suck a dick. You get to have a dick put in you. You get to have your dick sucked by other men. And your wiener's everywhere. Not gay. Okay, sure, why not? I ignored him for the rest of the day, but we spoke at tea, and again I asked him, why does he want to do this so bad if he's not gay? He said he's interested in how gay men's lives differ from straight men's lives. They don't. They just... It's just like being a straight guy who likes pegging. What the fuck is wrong with you? I need to stir this up a little bit. Ooh, we're getting a small char on there. There's only a little bit of moisture left here. And then we can move on to the next bit. Since he's mentioned it no more, but somehow, and this is what scares me, that decision genuinely seems to be tearing him up. Has anybody known straight guys to do this and come back and just go back to being straight? So, like, surely that can't go be a thing that happens. I'm so out of my depth here. Huh. What the fuck? Sounds like a couple of bi men who are up to no good and want to get up in each other's neighborhood. But don't you know, that's the beauty of the gaycation. That's the beauty of it. That is your husband's proposing an orgy, man. All right, let's get more oil in there. It's now time to add the rice. All that oil integrated. Here is day-old rice, made with MSG and black vinegar. We made it the other day. Let's get that stirred all in. while that does its thing, butter. What do they do at the hibachi restaurants? Butterfly. Butter. Why did you say the gaycation is inescapable? All right, let's go ahead and stir that a bit. Get that butter integrated. All right. Now we need to get this sesame oil. It's fried rice. It's going to be a bit oily. That's just kind of how it is. Let's get more of that ground ginger in there. Buddy, shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody got time for you. Ain't nobody got time for your shit. Let's get some black pepper in there. Now let's get that soy glaze. Now you only ever want to do this on the outer rim. And then we're going to get soy sauce. Little at a time. Remember, moisture is our enemy. Let's go ahead and stir you up. Make it beef fried rice. All right, let's do another fold around. With another bit of soy sauce on the outer edges. All right. There we are. We got some rice that's just kind of hanging around out here. We don't need that. Let's go ahead and clean some of that up. Make our life easier in an hour or so. All right. Now, it's time for us to do the eggs. So to do the eggs, pretty simple. We are going to scoot all of our rice to this side. We are going to take a little bit of that beef oil we made earlier. And let's get that going in there. Go ahead and get those eggs cracked in. Excuse me, motherfucker. No. eggy. What's up, Dorito? Alright, let's go ahead and get these eggs mixed up. And you know what makes eggs better? Gochujang. Dorito, can you TLDR that for me? Oh, I see. Discord said, shit, we lost money and pulled back on a lot. Sweet. That's good. Definitely better than it could have been. All right. Now those eggs are ready. Now we integrate the eggs and that excess oil into the rice proper. There we go. Did you wash the rice? Fuck no. Uncle Roger can be pissed! That's fine. Now it is time to get that beef and sausage back in there. There we go. Okay. Now we get some of these guys in there. So you know what's funny? I had a friend over, and he said that I didn't have to cook so fancy for him when he was here. I don't think he realizes I don't cook fancy. I just cook. I cook from the heart in the fridge. True. I just cook. Dorito Dave says, you've inspired me so much. I hated your curry video. Okay, Dorito, what did you hate about my curry video? What did you despise about it? What bothered you? What would I have needed to do differently for that to be appropriate for Dorito Dave, curry connoisseur? Bro, that's a phone call worth of shit? Yeah, I'm not doing that shit. I know better than that. You're smart. You can type out a list. All right. Turn that off. Give that another toss around. There we go. And there we have it. Beef fried rice. Let's give it a shot. Let's see how this is. Fuck yeah. We did it. We're done.
Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Blitzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitt, you know I'm not saying that last part, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.